There we go.
Yeah, if you get a formula sheet on your final.
Um, Unfortunately, I do not, so I'm gonna have to put in the work to memorize all this.
All right. Well, yeah, it's a little bit, but it's doable here. You have the equation. That's key. Without the formula, you could never get this right. So that's the motivation for a problem like
Yeah,
this.
for getting it down.
So the numbers of the center, they're giving you H and K. Like those are the literal H and K values. It doesn't mean that that you don't have any work to do. You have to put those in for H and for K, and you might have to simplify signs. Like K is only -5. Well, there's two negatives. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you have to simplify those. You have to write y plus 5 squared,
Y plus 5 squared.
right? And the other one is fine. It's -12. No big deal.
And then we know, is the R squared not radius?
It is radius.
Oh, okay.
R is the radius, but then you square it.
And
So
then
it's
I'll
9
make it
squared.
81 in this scenario.
Yes.
So then
So,
that's the equation of the circle. And
well,
then
let
we
me give you,
can,
can I give you one though, like it, to see if you kind of understand
yeah.
this? Okay. Is this okay? Got this down?
hmm
All right. Let's say it is a center -5 comma 4, radius equal to 16.
All right. And that would be x plus 5 plus y minus 4 equals 16 squared.
So it's squared. X plus 5 squared plus y minus
Oh,
4
right. 4
squared equals
squared.
16 squared. Good. Very good.
And then, so I guess that's all you do with that, and then you can pull some points from that, correct?
Well, we're gonna graph the next one. You only have to graph the center. And then you go from the center, you go up, down, left, and right. So the steps to graph is to plot the center, and then you go up, down, left, and right from the center. And the amount is the radius.
hmm Up, down, left. So plot the center, up, down, left, right with radius. So,
So you have to be able to extract the center from this. Could you attempt to do that for us, please?
okay, so I have a question with doing that. Do
Yep.
the signs switch when you
Yes.
extract it? So, okay, that would be -2 and +1.
Good. So you go to your graph and you plot -2, +1.
hmm
And then you need to know the radius. So what is the radius of this?
4.
The radius squared is 4. What is the radius?
2.
2. So you go up 2, down 2, right 2,
Left 2,
and left
right
2.
2. All
And
right.
I might down,
That's not too
I went.
bad.
And then you do your best. I mean, I don't think they're grading you on your ability to draw, but make it look decent, make
Uh-huh.
it look like
Yeah, make it coherent.
yeah. You'll find, when you go to work, if you just make an effort, it's kind of the same in school. If you just make an effort, usually good things happen.
For
Okay,
sure.
so let's plot the points here. So this one over here is 0, 1. This is -2, 3, -2, -1, -4, 1. I know it doesn't ask for those, but why not do it? Why not label? It
Yeah,
will
just
help.
put them in.
It'll help with this. We've got some of it already. the center, you've already minus 2, 1. The radius is 2. It does say to use set builder notation for domain and range.
And that's the like x/xer.
Yes. Comma. And then you have to use interval, not interval, inequality notation. So what's the leftmost x value in your graph?
The -4. Oh, -4 is less than 0.
X less than or equal to 0.
And then it would be for range would be y/y comma -1 is less than y, which is less than 3. Or less than or equal to 3.
That is correct. Good.
All right, awesome. All right, yeah, okay, I remember this a lot better than I thought I would.
So 3, and then the problem next 3 is completing the square. Do you think you will get a completing the square problem on your?
So complete the
Like,
square to find the equation of the circle in standard form. State the radius center transformation. So
I'll show you to complete the square. I'm just concerned that sometimes we get a little too deep into the actual. This is very nuanced, very specific to
uh-huh.
this. I'm not sure that's like a final exam thing, but you tell me. Um,
I mean, I'm not super sure if that would actually be on the final. I'll definitely ask her, but
okay.
I I,
Uh,
I don't really recognize it. Well, I kind of recognize everything else,
yeah.
so I'm
Well,
not
let's
really
do
sure.
one here. I did just look at that other thing you sent, and unfortunately, you're going to need to download and send that file to me because the screenshots don't show the formulas or the images. You'll
Oh,
notice,
really?
yeah, it's because it's a Word document. They don't, they hide things.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if you can just download that and send it over as a file. Probably be a little.
Yeah, I'll try and figure out how to
So while
start doing that.
you're doing that or thinking about that here, you group the X terms together and you group the Y terms together.
Uh-huh.
And then you also move the number to the other side.
So, okay, yeah, so just get them all together pretty much.
Yes. So now that you have to do completing the square, but you have to do it twice here. So I'm going to put in, you figure out what goes there in the red box, and then you figure out what goes in the blue box. You're just doing it twice.
Okay.
So this
So
becomes, you first divide by 2, x minus 2 squared, and then you square. All right, so that becomes plus 4 plus 4. And then you do the same thing with the y. You divide by 2, and that's y minus 5 squared square. And that becomes plus 25 plus 25.
plus 25 plus 25.
All right, so now you're adding these together. The right side becomes 25. And now you have your final equation.
X minus 2 squared, y minus 5.
So can you tell me the center and the radius?
Um, the center in this scenario would be -2 and -5.
It
And the
switches
radius would be,
signs. Switches signs. So it's 2 and 5.
oh, right, sorry, my bad. Yeah, that would be +2, +5. Radius would be, um, 25 squared? No,
That's,
5.
yeah.
5.
Sometimes it's good to
Um,
write r squared equals 25.
r squared equals 25. All right.
Now, can you make a quick sketch of this and then give me the domain and range?
Sure. 2, 5. Two, 1, 2. All right, I just got all the points done. I'll start doing the domain and range. Okay, got the domain is x slash xer comma x is less than or greater to -3, which is less than or greater to x, which is less than or greater to +5, and the range.
Nope, hang on. So you're from that 2, 5, like I'll just say that that's 2, 5 right there. You're going right 5,
Uh-huh.
okay, which gets you to 7, 5. So,
Oh, yeah.
and you're left to -3, 5.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I don't know how I messed up the math on that one.
So the
Um,
change here is the 7. Do you want to double check your range, or do you feel like you've got it?
my range, I think my range is correct.
Okay, you want to give me the results here for just the inequality part.
0 is less than or greater to y, which is less than or greater to 10.
Yes, less than or equal to.
And I figured out, so I'm having trouble actually downloading these for some reason. I can log out of this meet real quick
Sure.
in order
If you want
to
to.
sign into my school account. Now, I think I'll be back in like just a minute or two.
Yeah, no, that's important that we do the right thing. Yeah, go ahead and do that, please.
All right, cool. I'll make sure to go do that real quick.
Hey, Zach, let me know when you're back on.
All
Hey,
right.
Zach. Hey, yeah, I got your email. Thanks for sending that over.
Yeah,
There's a
of course.
lot there as always. Is there somewhere you want us to start?
Yeah, I think maybe just with the top and just kind of go down through with it. I think I have a
So that
similar memory for all
unit,
of it.
just to be, sorry, I'm always, because the top could mean a lot of things. Do you mean the trigonometry unit
Yeah,
5?
yeah, my bad.
So the problem that says a rectangle has a perimeter.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay, okay. Yeah, the pictures never come in order that you send them in.
That's true. I always
Okay.
forget about that. I say that every time.
Yeah, sometimes they do, but I just want to make sure. So it says a rectangle has a perimeter 46 feet, and with 8, find the length of the diagonal. This is one of those where like you were told to draw a picture your whole life. And I'll this is like one of those times where it's actually important to do. So I'm gonna call this 8 and the other side 8. And we know that x and x plus 8 plus x plus 8 is 46. We need to first find the missing side.
Hmm.
So that becomes 2x plus 16 equals 46. Combining like terms to subtract 16 from both sides. And you get 2x equals 30. Divide by 2. So x ends up being 15. The reason you're doing that is when you draw a diagonal, doesn't matter which one you draw. Like if you're like, okay, I see this as a diagonal down this way, you get a right
Oh,
triangle and you need that third side. You need to know, okay, I got an 8, a 15, and a PBD, right? What is that? So to find the diagonal, you have to use Pythagorean theorem. That's what they're trying to show you here. It's really, a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
uh, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Theorem, like two hypotenuse. So, do I always have to make this become a triangle?
Yes.
Okay. And then would I be using the like 30, 60, 90 triangle or?
No. You're just using Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Mhm. So, oh, okay.
Square,
So then
square,
I'd be
add them
looking
together.
at it as like a squared and b squared would be 8 and 15. So a squared plus 15 squared. And then d would be c, correct?
Uh, yes.
And then
Let me
so
make it
that'd
c.
be
Yes. So what does that become?
64 plus 155.
Do you have a Do you have a calculator?
I do. I
Okay.
will.
Yeah, please use it. I'll also drop in the chat that that's most scientific if you want to use that as well.
All right. Yeah, I guess I might as well use that since I'm already on the computer.
I mean, everything you're saying is fine. There's
Desmos.
the numbers are a little off, and no reason to.
289.
Okay, and then you got to pick the square root of that.
Square root of 289 would be 17.
Okay, so C is 17, and I think that is what it was looking for. It said, what's the diagonal? 17, and we need units of feet on there.
Units of feet, and then I'm not gonna have to say like squared feet or anything with this.
It's a distance, it's a walking distance, so you just go
Just
with that.
feet in general. All right.
Yes. Okay, good job on that. So let's go to problem number 2. Got the tree that's fallen over. Part B.
Part B, you got the tree.
All right, tree in your yard cracked in a violent storm. The tip of that tree hit the ground 24 feet from the base of the tree. How tall was the tree? All right, so sometimes it's good to redraw it without all the graphics.
Yeah,
And you first want to find the missing side. Now this time,
we know
the
that
missing,
we have, we're not actually looking for C in this scenario, we're looking for A.
sure, yeah. So go ahead and find A. Let me know
Um,
what you come up with.
um, wait a second. I think, okay, I got 1,201 feet. Or not feet, just
Mm,
1,201,
this
which
one, this
doesn't.
one works out. This one works out nicely. Remember, it's you're finding A. You've got to
Oh,
square.
I like did not look at that smart. I was, okay, yeah, wait, that's my bad. I like typed it out wrong. I was not thinking. 24 times 576. 25 times 25. 49.
Square root of 49.
7.
X is 7. Yes. Now that is not the answer. That is just the broken part of the tree, the stump.
Uh,
The tree was 7 plus the part that fell down.
and then that would be 32 feet.
7 plus 25, yeah, 32 feet. And it's a linear distance. It's, how long is it? How far is it?
Okay, all right, yeah, that one's not too bad. Yeah, they
All right,
always use a lighthouse as their like example for it.
yeah, I mean, we don't have any water around here. Some people are like, what's a light? Man, you are flying a kite. You let out 76 feet of string. The string makes a 42-degree angle with the ground. Find the height of the kite. So one of the things I think sometimes is unclear is that like the kite, because if you've never flown one, it's actually flying out at a diagonal. That's the string.
Hmm.
Like until you've seen this or if you've thrown up a kite, it doesn't ever go straight up. It always, because of the wind, it moves to the side. And that's the way it goes. 42-degree angle with the ground, that's down here. So the important thing about this is to be able to put those numbers in the triangle in the right spot. So, please let me know if there's anything to clarify on that.
Um, so the 70 feet is string, 42-degree angle with the ground, and then we're finding the distance away from you.
Yeah, are we finding, well, hang on, read that one more time. What are we actually finding? Find
A height.
the height. Yeah. Are we finding X or Y in this problem?
Y.
We're finding Y. So this is your SOHCAHTOA, your sine, cosine, and tangent.
Sine, cosine, tangent. So then,
And so first of all, do you remember this? Do you remember doing sine, cosine, and tangent? Because that's a big part of doing this.
um, I don't think so.
Okay, so the O and the H stand for, O means opposite,
Hmm.
H is hypotenuse, and A is the adjacent.
I
So
think I actually remember that now. So
so it's
opposite is the opposite side.
Yes,
Hypotenuse is always the one from the 90-degree. And then adjacent is the one closest. That isn't one of those.
that's right. So why you're interested in finding y anyway. So you would write you got to figure out which one to use. You're looking for opposite and hypotenuse. You need sines. Sine of 42 equals blank over blank.
Sine 40. So 42 is because that's the angle.
Yeah,
And then
what's opposite to that angle?
it looks like we have a opposite over hypotenuse.
Yes,
And then that would be y over 76.
yes, very good.
And then I don't really know what we actually do with that
So
after.
you're solving for y. You have to undo division by 76. So you do that by
Oh,
multiplying
so
both
am I gonna
sides by
divide?
76. Well, you undo division with multiplication, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So in this case, those cancel, and you're
And
left with
then
y equals 76 sine 42.
y equals 76 sine 42. So the 42 goes into the parentheses because that's just like the angle
Yeah,
and not the main thing. And it gets, and then the new number gets put in front of it.
right.
Okay.
And then now you have to go to your calculator, or that's most scientific. Make sure your mode is in degrees.
Yeah, because there's sine 1 and like sine 2, correct?
Well, its mode is radian or degrees. You're in degrees here. You're not doing much in radian, but if you handed your calculator to a friend for a final, they might not be so kind to return it in the right mode.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, yeah. So 76 sine times 42.
Round to two decimal places.
Oops, wait a second. Put it in the wrong order. 76 sine 42. And then, sorry, what did you say to round it by?
Two decimal places.
50.1.
That's one decimal place.
Uh, 0? I'm not sure. Wait, so round by 2 decimal points. So I
So
got
see, you got to go to
50.8.
three. You got to go to the third one, and then you decide, does that three round the five up or down?
Oh, down.
50.85. Yes.
50.85.
Yes.
So then, yeah, then I guess that would be like the final answer to that, correct?
With the correct units of feet. So it sounds like we need to quickly review sine, cosine, and tangent. Just let me grab something.
Yeah,
Um,
I totally forgot that existed actually.
it's like it never existed.
Yeah,
It's funny. It's like you go the whole year, and you're like, we did that. I don't remember that.
yeah. Some stuff where I'm like, huh. It's like I
So
know how to
this,
do it, but I don't remember it.
yeah. So this picture here, just keep in mind they're choosing the angle here. If you chose the other angle, the words opposite and adjacent would be switched. But this is the thing you have to remember. That's the SOHCAHTOA,
Sokotoa.
and that refers to the sides of the triangle. Um, the opposite is the one that's across from it. Adjacent is the leg that's next to it. Hypotenuse is always across from the 90.
Always across from the 90. So then OH, AH, OA. So just basically get that memorized.
Yeah. So do you have some of this written down? Because I'm going to just give you a couple of like rapid fire questions that you're not solving, you're just identifying sine, cosine, and tangent.
Yeah, I'm just about to finish up cosine right now. Sin op. All right, I got it all written down.
Okay, fantastic. So let me do a quick problem here. Let's say that this is A, this is 4, and this is X. Are you going to use sine, cosine, or tangent?
Mm,
And what you have to
or
do is think about what are you given relative to A? What is the 4 and what is the X?
opposite and hypotenuse, I think.
Okay, so which one are you going to use? Sine, cosine, or tangent?
Sine.
That is correct. There's another one for you to look at.
Um,
All right, so I want you to find. Let me not use this. I'm not trying to. Shouldn't be so difficult. We want to find. Is it the sine of B, the cosine of B, or the tangent of B to find Y? Basically, again, what relative to Y? What are you given here? What's the 12 and what's the Y?
I think it's cosine.
It is cosine. Good. Okay, so I think you got that down. Let's get
Yeah.
back to um, flying kites. Um, whatever the next problem is. Let's take a look here.
Yeah.
Where were these the whole semester? These are good problems, actually. Um,
I don't know. I guess she must have found another school to take them from.
and
Yeah, no, it's kind of funny. It's like all the problems get really good for the review
yeah,
in
your
there.
your school's not alone. I mean, that's it's the
That's the
common
way it
thing.
goes. It's the way it goes.
Yeah. All right, you're getting ready to tee off on the 11th hole, looking up into elevated green. Being the genius that you are and applying your exceptional math skills, you determine that the tee box is 24 yards lower than the green. Using your keen senses, you find that the angle of elevation from the hole to the tee is 15 degrees. What is the distance from the tee to the hole? All right, so it's a right triangle of some sort. The golfer is down here. The green is up here.
Um, so we know the golfer has a 15-degree angle.
Okay.
We know that the height is 24 yards, and that's yeah, that's about it for given
So,
stuff.
so are we finding A or C in this problem?
We are finding A in this. No, C. C.
Yeah, we're finding C. Sometimes a little off, but yes. So are you going to use sine, cosine, or tangent?
Adjacent and opposite would give me no, hypotenuse and opposite gives me sine.
It's sine of 15 degrees equals what over what? You just said it, but go ahead and try that one more time. Writing that
It
down.
would be 24 over C.
You got it. I think we did one earlier like this. Do you remember how to get the variable out of the bottom?
We divide by 20, no, multiply by 24.
Multiply by C. You got to get the variable out of the bottom.
Right, yeah.
C
So
times
then that would
sine
just
15.
be, yeah, equals 24.
Then you
And
divide both
then
sides by
sine
sine of 15.
15. And then that would be C equals, and then I'll do that real quick.
Okay.
24 divided by Sine. It was sine 15, correct?
Yes, 15 degrees.
92.72 feet away, I believe.
Yeah, feet. Usually it's yards. Yeah, you're not a golfer
Yep, yards
apparently.
in the same. I can do some top golf.
Yeah, no, Topgolf is really amazing how their business model is impressive. They rival Costco. You know, you can't go to Topgolf without spending $100. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
right. Because there used to be a driving range where Topgolf is, I'm at a side point, I'm a huge golfer. So the driving range there never did well, but the Topgolf is incredible what they've done.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'll go there sometimes just almost like for the food, you know? It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's really good. All right, are we up to three? No, or is it still one? No, we're up to
Um,
three. We're up to three.
yeah,
Is this
trace.
the is this the if measure of angle W equals 22? Does that look right to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. What kind of when you see this, what kind of triangle do you have here? It's very important that you
Um,
recognize this.
a 90, 45, 45.
There's no right angles inside there.
Oh, wait, no, this is oh my gosh, wait, it's like the name's on the tip of my tongue. Is it lateral?
Isosceles triangle.
Isosceles. Two
So the
sides are the same.
two sides the same. So the angles are also the same. The base angles are the same.
Two base angles are the same. And then,
So you know that it's 22 now. So again, sometimes it's good to like draw the picture, redraw the picture, or the part that you care about. 22, P and P. What do the three angles in a triangle have to add up to? Sum of the three angles.
180.
Yeah, so 22 plus P equals 180.
And then that would be 158. And then divide that by two would be 79.
Good. So there's our first one to find. All right. A
And
lot of
then,
time, a lot of times, which one? N here. So N is referring to, I'm going to highlight the arc. It's referring to just this arc here. Like if they could do a better job of going that. Um, One of the things that I think is hard to see because there's got so many lines here is if I redraw it, and you'll see it here, this is 79 degrees, this is N, this is
oh,
an
and it doubles,
inscribed.
correct?
Say that again?
It gets multiplied by two, correct?
Yes, yes. Boom, you got it. Yep.
So then that would be 158.
Yes. Do the same thing to find M, please.
It would also be 158.
And if
And
you go
then
all the way around the circle,
and then
how
we
many
know
degrees is that?
360, and then you add up 158 and 158. That would be 316 degrees if you add up
Okay.
158 and 158.
So
And then
K, you
it would be 44. K would be 44 degrees.
good. That's great.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's all coming back.
So some things we're not doing, but like they're kind of showing you here off the right. These are things to remember. Plus, like the fact that it goes all the way around 360, isosceles triangle. These are your definitions to remember,
Hmm.
something like that. Okay, we do not have enough time to do this last problem, but I'm just going to show it, just kind of show it here as best we
Uh-huh.
can. To find the arc length here, again, it's a formula. All these
Yeah.
formulas. So if the circumference is 2 pi r, but if you want to get just a part of it, which is what we want here, we have to use a different formula. So we actually don't have enough time to go into this. Um,
Yeah, it's all good.
so it just don't, yeah, that's just off to the side. Okay, we do have to stop here. Now we got another lesson, I think, on Wednesday.